Happy late Halloween! It is your skeletal friend Lady Pelvic here, bringing you my top 5 creepiest enemies from a JRPG platformer fun gamer, not horror. If you haven't watched my previous Halloween video, I recommend you check that out, but you would know that I am the biggest chicken on earth. Like, I don't do horror. Like, BioShock scared me, The Last of Us scared me. Like, I don't, no. And even if you watched my Life is Strange Let's Play, you would know I got absolutely terrified. Anyway, sorry this video was late. I was busy playing Overwatch. I had to get Junkenstein, okay? Like, I feel like that's a valid reason. Anyways, let's get spoopy. Number 5. Oh, I almost forgot. There are going to be special announcements at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Okay, now we can get spoopy. Number 5. Bayonetta's very own Jatista, I think is how it's pronounced. Either way, Jatista is the cardinal virtue of justice and has several faces and tentacles. Oh, and its tongue is what I'm calling it. It ends with the face of a baby. I thought that its fight was creepy, but looking at it? Ugh. If you stared at its tongue for too long, you too would be quite disturbed. And get this, because it has several faces, you guessed it, it has several baby face tongues too. But I will say, it was so satisfying beating this little son of a gun, pummeling him to a bloody pulp and then sending him his way. Get those creepy faces with those creepy tongues out of here. Number 4. So I'm playing Final Fantasy IX for the first time, and this is my second Final Fantasy game ever. So I'm a complete Final Fantasy noob, right? So, as you can imagine, I'm going through this dungeon, I'm having a good time, I'm switching my abilities and switching my equipment, and then I get into a random encounter with this little fella named Tomberry. Oh, Tomberry! I was like, okay, these guys are kind of weird. They just kind of moved around in battle and gradually getting closer and closer to my party. I just kept attacking and attacking, and these guys have some high defense. So I was like, alright, whatever. I had no idea what these guys were about. Then, it happened. It shanked me! It shanked me for fucking 9,999 damage! The fuck? And it was at that moment I realized I was in the motherfucking neighborhood, and I pieced the fuck out so fast. I did what I needed to do there, and I got the fuck out. That was my first motherfucking interaction with Tomberry, and hopefully that will be the last, because that was scurry. Number 3. If you haven't played Undertale, I suggest you skip this portion because we're about to get into some spoilers. Forgive me, as I don't know how to pronounce this. It's like Abominate, something like that. For this video, though, I'm going to call them Abominations. If you played through the pacifist route of Undertale, you'll know that you have to adventure through the ghoulish True Lab, which is hidden within the colorful laboratory. In the True Lab, there's only one type of enemy: Algmanites. These weirders were originally monsters that were injected with determination. However, because they couldn't handle the awesome power, their bodies broke down and kind of fused together. You gotta understand, you're already on edge when you enter the True Lab, as it's something you never thought would exist in the happy world of Undertale. So your first meeting with an abomination freaked me out. In fact, I didn't even know what the fuck I was looking at. After you have your mini heart attack and actually observe the monster, you could see where Toby Fox took certain bits of monsters and made one giant-ass ugly amalgamate. The specific amalgamate, Endogeny, is the first you encounter, and it's a fusion of the dog monsters. It doesn't even have a face, it just has one giant hole that's breathing? And its legs are silhouettes of what look like canines. And the attacks are similar to those of the dog creatures, but with Endogeny instead. Also, the slow and haunting music that gradually speeds up during this fight doesn't make things any less creepy. Number 2. Catherine's immoral beast butt-licking monster, okay? I don't know what the fuck the developers were smoking when they created this fucking nightmare. I mean, look at it. This monster speaks for itself. I don't even need to tell you why this thing's creepy. Imagine climbing a tower, right? And this thing is chasing you. And it's not only chasing you, but it's moaning sexual remarks at you. I felt sexually violated during this boss fight. Like, oh my god, apparently this boss fight represents the sexual affair Vincent had the night before. The specific physical actions can be assumed based on the look of this interesting looking baddie, aka Vincent totally eats the booty like groceries. Lesson to be learned here, gentlemen: if you eat the booty of someone who is not your significant other, and you are cheating, you are gonna get a visit from the butt monster. Number 1. Okay, after careful consideration, I feel like the creepiest monster I have ever faced would have to go to Redeads from Legend of Zelda. Oh my god, surprise, surprise! A Legend of Zelda fucking monster. You're not biased at all. Alright, guys, let's be honest. I'm totally biased. Okay, I'm not totally biased, but like, Redeads have always creeped me out. No, the reason why this enemy creeps me out more than any of the other enemies that I've mentioned is because they never stop being creepy. Ever. Once I encountered Tomberry, I knew what to expect. Amalgamates, they'll always be creepy looking, sure, but they only really freaked me out after their first encounter. Same with the Immoral Beast, it'll always be sexually odd and creepy, but I won't be taken back. Redeads, on the other hand, no matter how often I encounter them, no matter if I know their every single location, the screech and being paralyzed in fear as they creep over to give you some tender love and care gets me every single time. Wallmasters? Yeah, they're scary when you first encounter them, but once you know that they're there, they're trash. Cow-stealing aliens? Creepy? Yes, but not immobilize you and piss yourself creepy. Possessed, whacked-out Yeti lady? Scary as hell, one of the only things I remember about Twilight Princess, but it's got nothing on the Redeads. Oh, and let's not forget the creepy sound they make when they're nearby. It's like a derptastic groan. And those are my top 5 creepiest enemies from games that aren't horror-based, okay? Let me know in the comments below if you agree with my list, if you want to add on to it, or what is your list? So yeah, let me know in the comments below, because I always need more nightmare fuel. I don't need more nightmare fuel. You know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe. Top box is more of my top 5 awesomeness, and the bottom box is my Let's Play channel. I'm trying to show you guys some Overwatch, but I'm having an issue with the audio. When I play with headphones, my game capture cannot capture the audio for whatever reason, so I'm working on that, I promise. Anyways, thanks for watching. So if you stuck around, the news is I'll be starting some different series on my channel. One of them is going to be called Convince Me to Play, where you guys convince me to play in 10 words or less, any video game of your choosing that isn't horror. So many of you guys request me to play games, so this is your time to shine. Let me know in the comments below what games you want me to play in 10 words or less. Or feel free to tweet me at LadyPelvic, #ConvincePelvic, with what games you want me to play. So at the end of the month, or every other month, I'm still working things out, I'll make a video showing what you guys want me to play. I'll make a video showcasing my favorite answers, then announce the winner, and then will come a magical first look kind of video, where I'll give my first impressions of the video game. And if I like it, you'll get a full-on review. If I don't like it, I've played it for a solid amount of time where I can give my honest opinion on it, and I'll put it down and we'll restart the process. So let's see how this works. If you guys like it, we'll keep doing it. If you don't, we probably won't. As long as it's a Nintendo or PlayStation and possibly PC game, I'll play it, and it can't be horror. Anyways, whatever the game is, I look forward to it. I'll see you guys in the next video.